This is outside of PAX show on Monday, and I'm hanging out with my friend Ezra Hanson-White, and he made a pretty interesting game called Memory of a Broken Dimension. I mean, right away you can kind of see it's a different looking game. It's pretty cool, and I'd like to hear more about it.
So this game is it's a first-person exploration game, basically, but the game is themed as a emulator of a fictional computer system, and so the player's role in the game is they're just kind of playing as themselves at their keyboard or control pad, and they're figuring out how to use this computer system. And when they're in this first-person mode, the environment is really glitched out and there's broken geometry, and one of the main mechanics is that you gotta kind of go around and rebuild the environment. So right now I'm finding kind of the right perspective viewpoint, and then it makes that object solid, so now I could walk across it to progress further in the environment. And then another thing, so this is all work in progress, but this little floating icon is kind of moving around, and I'm directing it right now, and it's actually scanning the environment. So when you can't see stuff, you can send the probe over that way, and it'll scan the environment, and it's building out a world map. So the further the player progresses in the game, the more of this world they've built out, and they're finding items and things in the environment which might give them more abilities or introduce more tools and programs in the computer system. Still in progress, so I'm kind of figuring out a bit as I go.
Yeah, for the demo though, I mean, it visually already looks incredibly interesting. There's a lot of detail that you've put into this first demo.
Yeah, so this build I started earlier this year. I've been working full time on it. Originally, this project was kind of like a side project, and I would come home from work and work on it occasionally at night. But in order to actually finish it, I decided that I sort of just have to go full time on it. So I used a bit of money that I had saved up specifically for it, and now I'm like doing it for real. So this demo that I've been showing today is like, it's really focused on just showing the environment and the visuals, because I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to build the rest of the content in the game and stuff like that.
Well, so you can see already as you're exploring this world and trying to create more area for you to walk on, that it kind of has like almost like an MC Escher look to it. It looks like you can get lost pretty easily. Is that something that you kind of want to invoke exploration in the player?
Yeah, it's purposely very confusing. The kind of neat thing though is like as you progress in the environment, like it's more clear. So these past areas that I've been going through are now they're all clear and more viewable. So that sort of serves a role later in the game. Like the more that you have the world built out, it'll allow you to do more things. I don't want to like reveal too much. But yeah, it's definitely purposely supposed to like screw with the player's vision and make them really kind of figure out what they're seeing. Yeah.
Currently, this looks like the main mechanic is to kind of see things from the right angle and kind of solve the puzzle through visual exploration. Are there any other mechanics that people will be expecting later on in the game, or is this like the main hitch?
Well, I guess I wouldn't call it the main mechanic right now, but it is sort of the one that is like most prominent in this level. But there'll be other abilities. Like the funny thing is, like right now I can't jump in the demo, but I've been working on prototyping like a teleport mechanic for the player. So I sort of, as the player uncovers more of the world, like I want them to become more adept at like traversing through the environment, and there'll be more things showing up in the environment, and the objects that show up in the environment kind of show up as icons on your desktop. So your computer system is almost like downloading things just as you're playing through the environment. so I'm kind of just toying with like just general computer concepts and sort of trying to like make the experience like the first time you're using a computer. Like if you've never used a computer before and you're like know nothing about it, that's sort of like what I'm trying to get at based on when I was, when I first used computers when I was younger. It seemed very mysterious, so I want the game to seem very mysterious also.
That's awesome. And where can people find out more information on this game?
Right now, the main website is brokendimension.com, and I'm hoping to start a Steam Greenlight campaign later this month.
Thanks a lot.
Cool, thank you.